is Thursday, January 20th, 2022 at 7 o'clock p.m. So I'm not sure if anybody's gonna come, but I'll just try to talk anyway. And I'm planning to do this maybe for about 30 minutes. So I understand that it's the weekday and people are busy, or they might have some more important live videos to talk about. But if nobody comes, then I guess this will probably be in like 10 or 15 minutes. But I don't know if everybody's busy right now, but I'll try to have some patience. But I really wanted this to be interactive and for people to, oh, here's one person. Thank you. Hi. So I really wanted this to be interactive and for a lot of people to engage rather than it being just me doing all the talking. So I don't know if any of y'all know about the actual suffering that if you're homeless or not, the suffering that targeted individuals have to go through. But if you're targeted or not, the suffering that homeless people have to go through. So, bad enough, even if you're not a like an all-out targeted individual, just being homeless, you get treated with the same kind of discrimination and abuse as somebody that's targeted, even when you're homeless. So dealing with homeless people, homeless people having to suffer same stigmas as targeted individuals. For example, I've had moments where I wasn't homeless, and wow, so now I'm back to I'm back to zero. So I had up to two people in the chat, and I wonder if that's just perps peeping in and out. So the obsessed perps, that's nothing but them. But so some people, if they like homeless people have to deal with being discriminated, hated by society, unwelcome everywhere. And even if you're targeted and not homeless, you got to just deal with being discriminated against, hated by society, not welcome anywhere. And so it's really challenging. Hello everyone. It's really challenging to basically, as people say, be kicked out of society. Excuse me. So or banned from society. And so it's very difficult once a targeted individual ends up homeless, and then once they become homeless, then it's so hard for them to be able to get back on their feet. So if you're excuse me, if you a targeted individual and you're already disabled, some targets already disabled and have certain limitations, and dealing with community mobbing or community harassment, to the point where it's unbearable and you're forced onto the streets. And then once you're forced onto the streets, then it's you know, got to suffer certain situations like sleep deprivation. Like I'm sleep deprived now. I'm in this motel, and I got very little sleep last night, and I'm feeling the sleep deprived feeling right now. Hopefully I can try to get to go to bed earlier, but doesn't mean I'll get to go to sleep. I hope so, but so I tried to. Hi. Oh, thank you. I mean, well, I guess it's only temporary since since Jesus is supposed to come back any time. We don't even know when he's coming back. But speaking of homelessness, people have said that Jesus was homeless, and also they said that Jesus is a target. You know, his time physically on this earth was a targeted individual, and the Pharisees and stuff like that, the scribes and Pharisees and stuff, were narcissistic gang stalkers. So, um, some people take this gang stalking lightly, especially if they don't have to go through it. They take it lightly, and it's no big deal, and it's not that easy. Yes, I heard about World War III coming around. Yes, very soon. World War III with Russia and I forgot what he just said. I thought it was Russia and Ukraine, but so I don't I don't believe in a excuse me, I don't believe in a pre-tribulation rapture. I think that there might be a post-tribulation rapture, but so it's like, y'all forgive me, my anxiety is high and I'm kind of nervous right now, but so I have been wanting to do a live stream about the topic of homelessness and how it relates to the targeted individual. I don't want to say lifestyle because we don't choose this life. It's forced against our will. We don't choose to be put on this program. I mean, so I wouldn't dare call the targeted individual living. I wouldn't dare call it a lifestyle because we don't choose it. If it's a life you get to live to choose, then you can call it a lifestyle. So if you choose to live as a Christian, that's a lifestyle. If you choose to live that way, or if you choose to want to be a hippie, that's your lifestyle because you choose to get to live that way. But a lifestyle of enslavement that you don't have a choice, that's not a lifestyle. So over the over the weekend, I watched it was Sunday. I watched a live stream of Mark Horvath. I think I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. The man from Invisible People. So on a lot of, not, I don't think it's every single Sunday, but a lot of Sundays he would do live streams. And some targeted individuals experiencing homelessness, they know that Invisible People channel, but I have never seen him interview a homeless targeted individual. But there is a YouTube video floating out there by, thank you for coming. There is a YouTube video out there. I don't remember who made the video, but it was a homeless guy being interviewed named Troy, and he was talking about, being a homeless targeted individual and being gang stalked and stuff like that. So, oh, something's wrong with the volume? Wow. Can you hear me now? The gang stalkers turned down the volume on my phone. Okay, good. Wow. I hate this. I really do. Thank you. So, thank you for letting me know, because I didn't even realize the gang stalkers turned down the volume on my phone. So, were y'all able to hear me earlier? Or did y'all hear nothing? Wow, I feel like a fool. I feel like a dummy. So, all that stuff I said, do I have to go back and say everything again? But, so, I apologize. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. So, I try to turn the volume back, at the highest. So, thanks for letting me know. So, I'm going to put in the description box, because I don't know how to navigate this chat that well. So, after this video is over, I'm going to put in the description box information on an archived website that exposes. Hi Alice, thanks for joining. I'm gonna put in the description box about how the Freemasons are behind the stereotypes of homeless people and targeted individuals, and why just like society encourages you to not help the homeless people, they'll try to encourage you to not help the targeted individual. Thanks so much, Alice. So they'll say don't help. If a person helps a homeless person, they'll a chance that they can get arrested for helping homeless people or giving money or food to a homeless person. Yep. Gangbusters. Yep. So the homeless people, society wants to refuse help to a homeless person. And then y'all know about how society wants to, refuse help to the targeted individual. Oh, gangbangers. Yeah. Yeah. So, I heard that certain gang signs, like Bloods and the Crips signs, are Masonic. I've heard something like that. But, so they refuse help to the targeted individual. They want to refuse help and say, don't help this person, don't help that person. And it's like, as I said, homeless people and targeted people have a lot of the same similarities on what they got to go through. And it's crazy because they got a lot of homeless people who are perps. But then again, I heard that they're on the streets. Now, in my personal experience, I don't know all that many targeted individuals in person. But I've talked on the phone with a few of them and emailed a few of them. But any targeted individuals that I've come across, if they end up homeless, they don't be on drugs a lot of the time. But Some of the perps I've seen who are homeless are druggies. But the Freemasons who coordinate the gang stalking, they create the false smear campaign that homeless people, that they're crazy, crazy and on drugs. The same thing they say about us targeted individuals, that we're crazy and on drugs. Or they'll say that we're lazy and don't want to work. So, but they say that we're lazy and don't want to work, but then they don't even want to give us job opportunities. And even worse, if you're disabled, you got, it's more of a struggle because I have a bachelor's degree in Spanish, but I'm still not fluent. And the reason why I'm not fluent because of social isolation due to the gang stalking experiences and nobody wanting to associate with me. So thanks for the thumbs up. Hi, Miss Carol. So nobody wanting to associate with me. So that's why I oh, what? Oh, okay. So dealing with homelessness, they say that the struggle is real. So when I watched the live stream of Mark Horvath's Invisible People, and then certain homeless shelters are set up. Thank you, Miss Carol. Certain homeless shelters are set up like a concentration camp or like a prison camp. Did y'all know that? Most people think that homeless shelters are free and that any homeless shelter, you can just go and walk at any time to any oh wow. Yeah, Invisible People, and there's another one. But see, they have a couple of other channels. One is called Tales from the Streets and Lost in Phoenix, Arizona. So Tales from the Streets, I think they do a lot of videos in Arizona as well. I just came across the Tales from the Streets. But Tales from the Streets and Lost in Phoenix. Hi, Eric. Tales from the Streets and Lost in Phoenix. Those, one thing I don't like about those channels is they only interview young homeless people who are on drugs or on fentanyl or blues or whatever. So that seems like as if those couple of websites perpetuate the stereotype that all homeless people are on drugs. But one thing I like about Invisible People is Mark Horvath will interview I apologize. This is not my fault. You can't hear me no more? Who else can't hear me? Wow. Oh. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow. Oh, you can hear me now? Okay, all right, good. All right, cool. thanks. All right, good. All right, thanks. I apologize. They are messing with me. They don't want this information to get out. So so I was trying to say that Mark Horvath, he would Eric, who are you? Eric Fitzpatrick, who are you that you keep on saying ham? For what? But anyway, so I was trying to say that Mark Horvath, he'll interview a lot of homeless people, and they will say that the three wishes will be to see my family or reconnect with my family, to get a better job, or to okay, I need to find a way to block Eric. They got perps in here. How do I'm reporting you. Now they're freezing my phone. So they're freezing my phone. So I need to find a way to block. So now that so I'm forced to deal with the harassment. Y'all see this, but anyway, so a lot of homeless people aren't on drugs. Wow, that's a lot of perps in here. I'm gonna try to ignore them this time, and so they're trying to distract me, but so a lot of homeless people want to try to get back on their feet. So my situation is, I've been working at the middle school and the high school cleaning the bathrooms, and I've been cleaning the bathrooms at the schools for the past few months. I dealt with workplace mobbing, and but I haven't been having the fortune to stay in this motel, but they're letting me stay a little longer. And so pretty soon I'll have to be back on the streets because I have not been able to secure a job. Excuse me. So due to my targeting, right, yep. So due to my targeting, due to my targeting, I was wrongfully banned from Instantly First Baptist Church. The government targets me because the former foster mother, I believe, put me in the gang stalking program. Thanks for joining, y'all. Hello, welcome. So the former foster mom was the one who put me in a gang stalking program. And so these perps on here are talking nonsense. So anyway, I believe that the former foster mom put me in a program. I could be wrong, but my suspicions point back to her, because ever since we were little, she would have everybody follow and monitor her. Follow and monitor us and keep tabs on us, and then report back. She would have everybody report back to her everything that we did and said. So then I've been a targeted individual since foster care. And the foster mom herself used to tell me that I'm gonna when I grow up, that I'm going to grow up to be homeless. I'm a crazy person. I'm going to grow up to be homeless. I'm going to grow up to be a prostitute. I'm going to grow up to be on drugs. I'm going to wind up in jail or dead and deserve it and stuff like that. You know. So, wait a minute. How do I do this? All right. Thank you there. Oops. Oh, wait. Come on, man. So I added a couple of moderators. Oh, how many of what did I cross off the list? Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, this is my first time using any moderators in my live stream. Jeff Vader. So, I mean, it's okay. Hobo chili recipe needs to be reprimanded because that's a perp too. I mean, they come in here saying, speaking nonsense. So, what I was trying to say was, the foster mom acting like as if she predicted my future homelessness and would tell me that you're not college material. Nobody's gonna hire you. And come on. I'm pressing the buttons. They're freezing my phone. I'm trying. Oh, never mind. Wow, come on, man. Hold up. All right, there. So I got 3 moderators. Thanks, y'all. So I got a whole lot of perps in here. So thanks y'all. So anyway, yep, most foster parents are government agents. I believe that. So the foster mom, I believe that after we turn 18, I believe that I mean even in foster care, I believe that the foster mom was our handler. She had us in a cult, and she had us in a cult, a new age cult that brainwashed us to hate Jesus. Me and my twin sister were brainwashed to not get along, and now my twin sister's a satanic perp, has an entire YouTube channel dedicated to trying to discredit my targeting, and so my twin sister wants to try to discredit me, and if y'all have any discernment, you will see her perping me in my videos and telling everybody, don't help Candy. She's just all about money. But my twin sister sold out and became a perp. And why would the cult want me to hate Jesus? Because the cult leader wanted to get all the credit. It was a cult called the Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research, a false Luciferian Masonic religion. And I believe, we're from New Orleans, so I believe that the foster mom was involved in voodoo and witchcraft. I got perps galore, and perps must be mad at me talking about this topic, because they had a website called intmensorg.info, and well, that's what it is, Sam Law. Becoming a perp is selling out. Okay, somebody get Ricky Dickums, cause that's a perp. Thank you. So can't y'all believe I mean, I have tried to talk to my twin sister. She already throws up the devil horns, hand signs, and everything. And she thinks it's funny to try to discredit my targeting and my gang stalking experiences. She does it, and she has other people doing it to, thank you, Scott McKinley. Oh, Scott McKinley's ghost. I mean, trying to, no, is, gang stalking is different from a regular gang. It's not the same as street gangs. Gang stalking, thanks for the thumbs up. Gang stalking is groups of people stalking, following, and harassing. And no, it's different from street gangs. Gang stalking is different from street gangs. So, so then I'm kind of distracted. So it's like gang stalking is a group of people who stalk, follow, and harass you, and they stalk, follow, and harass you, and try to watch your every move 24/7, and 24/7. Throwing up devil horns doesn't necessarily mean you're in a blood gang. Throwing up the devil horn hand sign, that means you worship Satan, plain and simple. So, thanks for the thumbs up, y'all. So, what I'm going through now. I'm supposed to be back on the streets soon. And it's really scary because within the next 10 days, including tonight, like tonight is getting cold. And then for the next 10 days or more, I'm going to end up being forced to, leave out of here. And I have to end up leaving out of here. And if I have not found a job soon enough, in which they've been giving me a hard time. So, are y'all able to hear me? How's the volume? Oh, well. Well, the people who the people who enjoy metal music is satanic. And so if people throw up those hand signs, then they may not realize that they're worshiping, paying homage to Satan. Thank you, Gems and Stars. So they may not realize that, look at all the celebrities and stars who throw up those hand signs. So, they got people in your community who's not famous, who are taking out life insurance on us targeted individuals. So they make us homeless. They try to drive us to the mental institution. And they want everybody to think we're crazy. They brainwash everybody and try to yep, right, Scott McKinley's ghost. So they try to get you jailed, mentally institutionalized, forced homeless. They want you unemployed. You got to deal with workplace mobbing. Now, let me ask y'all this. Who wants to be workplace mobbed? Who wants to be a victim of workplace bullying every job they try to get? And then it'll be made to look like as if you're not stable and you bounce around from place to place. So if you're not stable and you bounce around from place to place, so gang stalkers were mobbing me at work. Yeah, certain professed Christian music, yes, satanic, like all the mainstream artists, the mainstream gospel artists and stuff like that. Yeah, they all fake. So, excuse me, if a person is dealing with workplace mobbing or workplace bullying, then yeah, Kirk Franklin is satanic, not real Christian. He abuses and mind controls his son, Carry-On Franklin. And Carry-On Franklin, I believe, is an MK Ultra victim trying to break free. And I could be wrong, but I think he was forced homeless. Now, you tell me why a relative or a child of a celebrity need to be forced to be homeless. Dr. Dre's daughter, I forgot her name, but Dr. Dre's daughter is, last I heard, a few months ago, I heard that she was forced to be homeless. And people wondering, okay, why isn't her dad, Dr. Dre, helping her? Okay, so her dad might be her handler. And if Dr. Dre has all that money, then why is his daughter homeless on the streets, driving for DoorDash and struggling while he's rich? And then people will make it like as if you get what you deserve and you burned your bridges from your family, and that's why your family don't want to help you. A lot of targeted individuals are victims of narcissistic families, while they're the scapegoat. Like, people wondering, okay, my twin sister has a place, she has a permanent place to live in a vehicle. Me being an identical twin, I shouldn't have to be forced to be homeless and struggling and suffering. While she goes on her channel and say, don't help Candy because, saying don't help Candy because she, she's a scammer and a fraud and she misuses the money donated to her, when they don't even have any proof. They're just making false assumptions. So, right, being the scapegoat while you're forced to care about everybody else and nobody care about you, and it's just the worst feeling. And then to be an identical twin, to have a twin that will not help you because she became a perp and I'm still targeted. But I could have sworn she probably was targeted when we were younger and probably caved into the program. Some people try to say that my twin sister is one of my main handlers now. But I try to avoid her like the plague, so she couldn't be any kind of handler of mine. But it's really painful. Right, twins are supposed to be close. And my twin sister, she picked up where the foster mom left at with the abuse and control. And other family members, I have a bachelor's degree, but I'm sitting here, can barely get a janitorial or dishwashing job. So I have a bachelor's degree and can't even get a dishwashing job. So I had to deal with workplace mobbing with every job I get workplace mobbed. There is no job that I get where I'm not workplace mobbed or forced to quit or unjustly fired. And then people think you're the problem when you're back on the streets. And they're like, I thought you had a job. Well, I did have one for like 5 days. And here, boom, I'm back on the streets. Somebody get Desmond was destroyed because this Desmond person is a perp. Asking perp questions. So I already said I have a bachelor's in Spanish. Thank you. So there should be no reason for me to end up homeless and I have a bachelor's degree. And so even though I'm disabled, I have certain limitations, and I believe that a lot of my disability has something to do with the programming and the targeting. So with the sleep deprivation, hitting you with the directed energy weapons. Right. Yeah, narcissistic abusers, they don't want you to work. And the narcissistic abusers don't want me with the car. They don't want me driving. I have a bachelor's degree. I used to have a car before. And so If I had a car for over a year, why are you trying to say that I'm not mentally fit to do this or do that, but you will hold me responsible for any crime that I'm accused of? If I'm accused of a crime, even falsely accused of a crime, you want to hold me responsible. Or you hold me responsible. I mean, I'm independent enough to pay my own bills and stuff. So, and yes, being homeless, I still have bills. I have my storage bill and my cell phone bill. So, they hold me responsible to do jury duty. So, I ain't too mentally slow to do jury duty, which I hate. I mean, people call me crazy, but if anything happened, even if I was falsely accused of a heinous crime, they would say that if I'm falsely accused of a heinous crime, then they would turn around and say that fuck jury duty. Yeah, I agree. I hate jury duty. I absolutely hate it. But if I'm falsely accused of a crime, they will want to hold me responsible. So I get tired of yep, fake. Everything is fake. That's why I'm writing an ebook. I'm working on an ebook entitled The Psych World. And I'm gang stalked and targeted by the psych world. So I wish people can see this homeless situation. If you have a license, how do they stop me from driving? Well, so they stop me from driving by oh, my ebook is free. I have a few free ebooks on my blog. Thank you. I'm gonna put the links in the description box. But the one that says the Psych World, I'm still working on that one. But how people stop me from driving, first of all, they won't let me work. Or, you know, if I do, they only suggest $10 an hour jobs. So they won't allow me to work. And if I do, it'll be like the $10 an hour jobs, you know, and $10 or $12 and part time. They don't want to let me work full time. And so if I had a income high enough from work, I can get my own car. But lack of income is stopping me. Lack of income and lack of money is one of the main things stopping me from getting a car. Or I try to get jobs. Yeah, I try to get jobs that you know, where you can use their vehicle to drive or something. Yeah, I need a job. Or some targeted individuals say, get a GoFundMe and raise the money for donations. And get a GoFundMe and raise the money for donations, and get a RV, a camper, or a van or something to live in. And you know, but the thing is, I had a GoFundMe up, but and so the gang stalkers made the false smear campaign that I'm a that I'm a scammer, a fraud, and that I'm extorting people, extorting people out of money. Right, and I've been trying to get it out there, but my twin sister is the main leader in suppressing me trying to get financial help from people. Let me tell y'all what my twin sister did to me for Hurricane Sally in September 2020 for Hurricane Sally. My twin sister donated me $10 through CashApp and then immediately requested a refund. $10. But then she has her lesbian lover living with her. The lesbian lover doesn't even have to pay bills and been living there for almost a decade. So my twin sister is the ringleader in telling everybody don't help Candy. She's a money-hungry scammer and fraud. She's not really targeted, and she's schizophrenic. You know, they use the schizophrenic thing to discredit you as a targeted individual. Just like they think all homeless people are crazy. But then they think you're too crazy to work. So people cannot live on Social Security and SSI. The Section 8 home that I did have, yeah, they are monsters, but they call me the monster. I mean, I put my they don't want to credit me as a writer. When I have my ebooks on Amazon, they write false bad reviews on all my ebooks. So they want to make sure I don't get any money from my ebooks. So I just put it on my new blog, in my newer videos, including this one, you know, the description box of every video, I put you know, some Christian resources. I feel like now I mean, I have my blog, so my ebooks are on my blog, so you don't have to pay for them on Amazon unless you want to, but you don't have to. But they're free on my blog, and so I write my ebooks, and they still want to make it like as if all Candy does is complain and beg. But when I write fiction short stories, or my non-fiction ebooks, they want to try to shut down everything, and trying to. I mean, every time I show proof of my targeting, professed Christians, they'll say, you know, they'll take it lightly and think I should just ignore it. They'll say ignore and don't pay them any attention. But y'all can see on one of my previous videos that I did earlier today that the gang stalkers hit me with directed energy weapons to cause me to my stomach to be twisted in knots, and it seemed like as if they were squeezing my organs, and I couldn't even really move for at least 10 or 15 minutes. I thought I was gonna die. So it's not fun at all, and this is not a game. And then when you go to the emergency room, they refuse to help you. But people don't realize the struggle that homeless people got to go through, and what targeted people have to go through. They're trying to kill us targeted individuals out here, and many homeless people are dying, being sacrificed. And the homeless shelters, they are exploitative. Why? I kind of feel like I don't think I'm chosen, because even other professed Christians don't like me. You know, yeah, the medical profession, they falsely accuse me of faking all my sicknesses on purpose for attention. If I need to go to the emergency room, they refuse help and make me suffer. It's the worst. So homeless shelters are exploitative prison scam cults. All the people who run the shelters, they make all these nonsense, like they got 800 rules, and then they manipulate their rules to where you're basically not allowed to work. You're basically not allowed to work in a if you go to a homeless shelter, or if you try to get a job. It's like they want to keep you down and keep you in that same spot. And then, yep, anyone throwing around, yeah. So some people who are forced to be homeless, they end up on the streets because they feel like this that the shelters are more dangerous. People stealing your stuff, people trying to fight you and beat you up, and they lie on you. They do all kinds of dirty things in the shelter. They mob you, like in the same way like workplace mobbing, but in a homeless shelter setting. And then there's favoritism, popularity contests in the homeless shelter. They feed you bad food. They take all your money, the little money that you have as a homeless person. And they have forced church services where they brainwash you and don't teach you the real word of God. They're like, they right, yep. And they run their shelters like a cult. And you don't really have any freedom. And they want to try to control every aspect of your life. And then my situation is, I had a job, $12 an hour with the temp service, working full time, 40 hours, even getting a couple of hours overtime. I started to get confident and comfortable enough that I started to try to look for a place to live. Right, look, homeless shelters, they stop you from working and charge you. They charge people money. They charge like the Waterfront Mission, the men's shelter. There's nothing out here really for single women. But Waterfront Mission, excuse me, the men's shelter for Waterfront Mission, they charge $10 a night at the Waterfront Mission. And my experience is they play with my mail and they lied to me and say that I don't have mail. And they're very abusive and disrespectful at the Waterfront Mission. So I don't even bother with the Waterfront Mission. But I feel bad because tax time is coming up soon. And how am I going to get my tax information in the mail? So I'm not sure about how all that's going to play out. But it's really scary and frightening. And so once I was working $12 an hour and working full time and getting a little overtime. And then once I started to look into getting a permanent place to live and trying to look into getting a car, they reduced my hours to 34 hours. Lisa Marie Tattersall. That name sounds kind of familiar. I may have come across her channel. But have them send my taxes to where I worked? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, they are. I heard about how corrupt temp agencies are. Wow. Wow. That is messed up. Oh, yeah, and guess what? I heard that homeless shelters are a hotbed of human trafficking also. Especially sex trafficking. So, I heard about that too. That's why I said homeless shelters are exploitative prison scam cults. That you pay to live in prison when you're trying to live in a homeless shelter and you don't have anywhere else to go. And they just do you dirty. And when I was staying at the what's that? New Orleans Mission in my hometown, New Orleans, you gotta allow yourself to be. Oh, am I on a section wait list? Not right now. I tried again to get on a Section 8 wait list, but Waterfront Mission played with my mail, so I couldn't even get the mail. I had the packet sent to me, and then when I went to try to go to Waterfront Mission, they would lie and say that I never have mail, but I had the mail sent there. I'm muffled? Wow. Can y'all hear me better? All right, cool. So there's always some form of harassment with them preventing me from getting my story out when I try to do a live video. That might have been why people kept leaving. Okay, good. All right, thank you. That might have been why people kept leaving. So, it is not my fault they're messing with the volume, or that they're trying to muffle me or trying to make me not sound clear in order to make me sound crazier. So, I'm gonna I was trying to explain that once I thank you so much. Once I started to get me once I started, it's a revolving perp door. Yeah. Thanks for y'all prayers. So once I got up to once I got to, no, this is not my first live stream. It might be my fourth one, I think. But so once I got comfortable and started to be able to look around for permanent housing, and I thought I was just gonna stay here for like a month. StreamYard? Okay, I need to look into StreamYard. I never did StreamYard before. I'm not that tech savvy, but I need to learn. But so once I was able to get comfortable with getting like full-time work and a little bit of overtime, once I started to get comfortable and started looking around for a place to live, and I thought I was going to stay here for like 3 weeks or a month and then finally get a permanent place to live in a car and stuff. But once I started to look around for a permanent place to live and go shopping around for a car and stuff, that's when they reduced my hours. I'm feeling much better now. That pain lasted about 15 minutes. And it was from the directed energy weapons, what they were doing to me. So, once I started to get comfortable with looking around for a place to live in a car, what they did was they reduced my hours and sent me to the middle school, and then try to juice my head up to make me think I was a great asset and a great worker and stuff. But y'all put me in a place where my hours were reduced, and all I had enough money was to stay here. And so I couldn't even be able to save any money on the side. I could not be able to save any money on the side, even for food and stuff. I couldn't even really save any money on the side. Almost all the money was going here, going to staying at this motel for $340 a week. $340 a week. And so it's like I didn't even know how to break out of that trap, because if I would have broken out of the trap, then I would be on the streets, and then I'm banned from riding the buses because the gang stalker Alex Dupree saying that, oh, police got you under surveillance, and start following and harass me downtown and on the buses and stuff. But he leaves me alone when I'm in a motel room or a hotel room. He even gang stalked and followed me. Well, Donna Claire, well, they wanted me in the system, not at a permanent place. Yep, tell you. Wow, Alice, you're teaching me some things. Well, Miss Donna, there are certain tactics that the gang stalkers do, like color harassment. Certain tactics is called like color harassment, noise harassment. They have noise campaigns, number harassment, and street theater, directed conversation, attempted murder, poisoning your food, tampering with your mail. I've been having that going on for years before I realized, oh, you've been seeing a lot of silver? They get me with a lot of red and white. And every now and then they'll get me with a little silver or black or something. But they'll have like afford escape. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Donna. I mean, I have information in the description box of every one of my videos. I put in the description box the Truth DVD for Christians Part 4. It has a lot of gang stalking research information if you want to look at it on through my Google Drive. I put the links in the description box. Also, I only ask for donations and help when I have to. Yeah, it's been red. I've been getting a lot of white, like more white, but still some red. But primarily, I get white. I don't get blue that much, or I get black a little bit more than blue. But it's not normal. Do they ever end up leaving people alone? Like one day, do they just stop? The perps do not stop. They get paid to do this, and it's amazing how they have the physical energy to continue all day, every day, and they don't give you any break. Like they would do stuff like make noise for 8 hours straight with no break at all. How do they do it? So if you have the neighbors from hell or noisy neighbors, they might be gang stalkers. If you got noisy neighbors or neighbors from hell, neighbors that cause you all kinds of problems, why do they pick you? If you're considered a threat to the new world, the satanic new world order. So, if they see you as not conforming to society, but the thing is, yeah, it does not go away. You're in this program until you die, either until you die or until you sell your soul and join them. And even then, once you sell your soul and join them and become a perp, you still you're still being watched. And then when you do, after you sold out, and then join them, and then decide that you don't want it no more, it's like they'll do you worse than what we uncorrupted targets got to go through every day. How would one go about selling their soul? Make a deal with the devil like they do in Hollywood. And that's how people become famous. Yep. And so some people say it's figurative, some people say it's literal, that like the Hollywood stars, I heard you got to sign your name on a dotted line in blood with the contract with Satan. And then you gain the world and lose your soul. So they have in the description box of every video, also they have a website called Exposed Gang Stalking. And that website shows how a person would become, how they would sell out and become a perp. That's basically they trying to get a targeted individual to sell out and become a perp. Yeah, Eyes Wide Shut is very satanic. Right. So anyway, back to my story of what I was trying to talk about was the moment when I started to look around for a place to live in a car, they reduced my hours so where I had no choice but to I couldn't even get out of the trap of staying here. And then so now I the job assignment is up and I had to deal with workplace mobbing. I had to deal with workplace mobbing and workplace bullying. And I have some video footage. Yep, they killed Stanley Kubrick. And so I had video footage of my coworkers gang stalking me, doing a street theater, driving one headlight and everything. Now, people when drive with one headlight or funny headlights or tail light, brake light, fog light, whatever, if they got messed up lights on their car, that's how you know that they're a gang stalker. So imagine being forced homeless on the streets. Imagine being forced homeless on the streets. I'm a single disabled female. No family around me. I'm just by myself. And I fall asleep. Or I can't even sleep because I'm sleep deprived. But I lay down, and the instant I try to fall asleep, they torture me with direct energy weapons to cause me to be, that they would cause me forced diarrhea. Yes, stupid fake headlights. I had to see that today too. So yes, I prayed before bed. So yeah, I mean, there was a point in time when me being sleep deprived twice in 2017, no sleep for 18 days, and then I thought I was having a heart attack, and they thought I was, they didn't take me seriously, and then they said you had the best EKG we've seen all day. So if I try to get a car to rent or a car to drive, if I try to get a car to rent or to drive, the gang stalker sleep deprived me on purpose so that I couldn't be fit to drive the next day. And I said, I wish that they would stop sleep depriving me so I can drive. But now I really can't drive because in order to, oh man, the sound is fading. Oh. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me better? Am I better now? Barely. You can hear me better now? Wow. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. Wow. All right. Some people saying that they can hear better. Some people say a little bit. Some people saying I'm muffled. Okay, good. Thanks. So imagine, yeah, they're messing with me. That's them doing this, not me. So can y'all hear me better? Oh no. My mic is not on. My mic is connected to my MP3 player. It's not connected to my phone. So at the moment, it's not connected to my phone. But I have hypersensitive ear condition. Well, I have a oh, thank you. So I have a hypersensitive ear condition called hyperacusis, and it could be due to foster care experimentation. And oh wow. So I want y'all to be able to hear me. So due to the foster care experimentation, I believe that something that they did caused me to have hypersensitive ears. And so loud noise, thanks, I'm glad now. So loud noise hurts my ears. And so that's a problem. That's disabling and a problem for me because I can't be around noise. Noise hurts my ears. And then they got nerve to be sadistic and cruel enough to still do noise harassment and noise campaigns. And I get called the troublemaker for complaining about noise. Noise bothering me. So noise bothers me. It hurts my ears. Yeah, I heard they love to the gang stalkers love to cause us targets heart issues. So if they're hitting you with the direct energy weapons, how can you work like that? Or they force us targeted individuals to be disabled and homeless and treat us like we're nobody. I have an ebook called Disabled, Homeless, Invisible, inspired by Mark Horvath's Invisible People. And I thought that if enough targeted individuals I know he's busy and he's like busy and has a lot of Twitter followers, a lot of YouTube subscribers. So it's probably hard to try to reach him. And he probably gets a lot of emails and stuff like that. So I wanted to bring it to Mark Horvath's attention about how targeted individuals are forced into homelessness, and how it's very similar to what regular homeless people got to go through. I mean, Mark Horvath, his interviews expose the fact that you can work 2 jobs and still not have enough money to get you a permanent place to live. So it's very messed up how this homeless situation and a housing situation, right? A lot of homeless don't realize that they're targeted. Exactly, because sometimes I'll hear people's story and I'll be like, that sounds like it sounds like they're a targeted individual. It sounds like you've being gang stalked. But they sometimes don't believe it. They don't want to believe it though. So they may not be awakened yet. And sometimes that might be, if any of them do drugs, they might not know, they may not know. If they do drugs, they're wondering why they're going through all this abuse, and they probably do whatever drugs to cope with the pain of being targeted and not realizing. Because of course I didn't know what was going on for years, and then I think back, I've been targeted since I was 14 years old in 1997, still in foster care. And so that was when people started to call me crazy. I got bullied even more than I already was. By the time of my senior year in high school, everybody hated me and was done with me. I didn't realize what was going on. And so back then, everybody used to say Candy was smart, me saying I was smart and, going to succeed in life and stuff. Then all of a sudden, I'm dumb, I'm crazy. And I'm gonna wind up homeless, gonna wind up to be a prostitute. The foster mom wants to take the brownie points for raising me, but if she figured, oh, we weren't respectful, well, no wonder, wow. Just, I feel like, who the hell would gang stalk a child? Me? I was Action Kid. Oh, I never heard of Action Kid. Wow. I'm gonna try to check that channel out if I remember. So imagine being 17 years old and suffering workplace mobbing. I wasn't even an adult yet at 17. 17 years old and workplace mobbing. Workplace bullying, my first job. And then they fired me for reporting the manager for sexual harassment. But New Orleans is a corrupt, evil place. I was born and raised there. It has its good and its bad. But I don't think I ever want to live there anymore, but I've been feeling homesick and would love to get to at least visit again. So, yeah. Kids bullying gang stalking and bullying other kids. And I'm 38 years old, still being gang stalked by, excuse me. Even when I was working at the middle school and high school, the kids were perping me. Some of the teachers and police officers they practice witchcraft, or they be like devil worshippers or something. They had the middle school police officer taking advantage of throwing up the satanic hand signs. Police officers are Masons too. So I hear about this 90-year-old man who was in somewhere in Florida. 90 years old, would get arrested for feeding the homeless. He got arrested several times for feeding the homeless. And then a few other people would get arrested for feeding the homeless, donating to the homeless. What police would do to deter homelessness in cities like my hometown, New Orleans, and cities like Los Angeles, y'all wouldn't believe the cruelty that they do to homeless people. Homeless people are not seen as people by society. People love and care more about the animals, the stray cats and dogs, before they care about a homeless human being. And foster children were treated like shit. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have used profanity. But foster children treated like we're worth nothing, just thrown away. And a lot of foster children end up to be forced against their will to be homeless, locked up in, like the foster mom was trying to predict you're going to be wound up in jail or dead and deserve it. I had to fight to succeed at graduating from college, only to be unemployed for 11 or 12 years due to more narcissistic abuse and gang stalking. Yep. And so what the police do, yep, we're not born perfect, I know. But people like to think that they were born perfect, narcissistic abusers. So what the police would do is have them to put up spikes on benches so that homeless people couldn't lay down. Like, they're causing this homelessness by design. The government is doing this by design and on purpose. They're doing this on purpose. You know, that they make you homeless and then turn around and persecute and punish you for being homeless. Like, they put spikes on benches so that homeless people couldn't sleep on a bench. They arrest you for being homeless. You don't have the money to be able to pay to get out of jail if you've been homeless. And in homeless shelters, they give you old food that makes people sick. Bingo, Alice. Yep. Punish you while projecting their crimes onto you. Yeah. Because the police are the big criminals. But they think they're above the law. They're the Masonic Fraternal Order of Police. Look that up. Fraternal Order of the Police is like another branch of Freemasonry. And so I've also heard stories about how homeless people who dig out the garbage can will sometimes encounter the idea that police officers would pour bleach into the garbage can so that the homeless person couldn't go into the garbage can and get food. They criminalize homeless people. Their system is crumbling. Yep, I agree. And so before COVID and everything, I was more independent with, trying to live day to day and everything. But then after the perp Alex ran, the one who said the police got me under surveillance, when Alex ran me out of Pensacola, I was in Mobile, Alabama, and he crossed state lines to gang stalk me and then try to brainwash the Greyhound, the man at the Greyhound station. He tried to so he brainwashed the man at the Greyhound station to believe that I'm crazy and not to listen to me. Alex even tried to act like he wanted to try to offer me a deal to try to sell her. I refused all those offers. I refused every single one of those offers. For me to sell out and become a perp. I wasn't gonna do that. I can't do that. You're gonna offer me a house on 2 acres, and for me to be a celebrity prostitute and a perp, and that's all I get. I'm not selling out for crumbs. Make it like as if, we can solve your homeless problem once and for all, and just do this and become a gang stalker and be a prostitute for a celebrity prostitute for, they wanted me to sexually service celebrities. And I'm like, hell no. You know, I'm saying, for me to sexually service celebrities and be a perp for 6 months and then I'll be set for life. I'm not doing that. No, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. So a lot of the targeted individuals have sold out and became perps, took those deals to become perps, and that's why they're not begging anymore. That's not why you don't see them struggling no more, because they became perps and sold out, and now they're living their best life. You used to be targeted, but now you perping me. I feel like if I know what it's like to go through being targeted, why and how would I target I can't bring myself to target or perp somebody who hasn't done me anything. Even though seemingly the whole entire world hates my guts. But if you haven't, I don't know anything about you, I don't see a point in stalking, following, or harassing you, especially if I know that especially if I know that I've especially if I know that I I know how it feels to experience having this done to me. I couldn't picture myself hitting somebody with the directed energy weapons to have them feel like how I felt. I couldn't picture myself hitting somebody with the directed energy weapons to cause them to force diarrhea, vomit, and right. I have no interest in my neighbor's clogged toilet. Right. The world lives on its own. Yeah. So, I'm on the verge of being back on the streets again. Nothing seems promising with looking for a job, but I've been consistent and diligent with looking every day, nonstop, have not given up. Today, yesterday I put out an ad on Craigslist and tried to see about, if anybody knew of any job opportunities. They had a couple of guys who wanted to do the perv thing, and there was a guy named Philip, had the same area code as me, told me to call him, and I called because he told me to call him, and so I called him to see about a job opportunity, and I told him my situation. He just straight up hung up in my face. So, me being homeless, whenever I try to rent a room, the challenges to you trying to rent a room is narcissistic abusers who don't live in a place where they rent a room to you, and the house is full of bed bugs. It's a raggedy, broke down house full of bed bugs. And they don't want to do anything about it, but they'll charge you $400, $500, $600. And they'll scam you and don't give you your money back. Or if they rent a room to you, they say that you cannot rent a room from their house unless you have your own car. You have to have a car. Thank you, Gems and Stars. I mean, I'm looking for another job. So when trying to rent a room, it's like they want you with your own reliable transportation, your own car plus proof of insurance. Plus they want to do a background check, and they act like they don't trust you, and then they make it like as if you try to rent a room out of their house, then it's only that you got to pay like $700 or $800 a night. I'm sorry, a month. $700 or $800 a month to stay in a. Right. I wonder what career what career. I wish I could get a career from the gang stalkers. I'm trying to make a career off of my ebooks that the gang stalkers won't allow. That but I put them out for free because I like to share my work, for free. But if you want to donate, I have my CashApp and my PayPal links in the description box of every YouTube video that I do. Another target has suggested that I do that. Put the Cash App and PayPal and in the description box of every video that I do. So I need all the help I can get. And here, my twin sister's trying to say Candy's a scammer. Thank you. So, my twin sister's trying to falsely say Candy's a scammer and stuff. How is it a scam if all the money is going to here? Or whatever's donated to me, it all goes to the hotel room or the motel room. What I had to go through is with the hurricanes. Oh man. Oh, okay. And COVID is another thing that's, messed a lot of people up. Not the gang stalkers, because I guess gang stalkers, I guess, are considered essential workers. Yeah, I know how hard that is. Wow. So my concern is if yeah. So I'm the foster mom kept us overly sheltered growing up and had us in the cult. Hey, Miss Kathy, long time no hear. I haven't seen you in a long time. Nice to see you, Miss Kathy. So I'm in Gulf Breeze at the moment, and trying to get a job opportunity in Gulf Breeze or Pensacola, but can't really find much of nothing. Trying all I can to try to look for another job opportunity. I still got my ebooks and short stories. I got a new blog, and so it's really difficult for us being targeted, and for you to be targeted. I mean, and it's like, why would society not? I'm a single, disabled, female, targeted individual, and I still consider myself homeless right now because I'm on the verge of being back on the streets. People ain't trying to help me. Oh, Gems and Stars. Now you don't have to buy them on. Thank you so much. You don't have to buy them on Amazon no more. I have them for free on my blog now. You can look in the short stories section or the nonfiction ebooks section, and on my blog, and you can see I have some short stories and ebooks, and I have like personal journal and everything. And so I'm trying to do whatever I can to survive. But the gang stalkers write false bad reviews on all my Amazon ebooks, and some of the past links that I wrote, past YouTube links, they're no longer available. So don't think I'm trying to scam or get over on nobody. Yeah, I got the link to my new blog in the description box as well, and I'll have a brand new store on Redbubble.com. If y'all hoping I can make a living from my Redbubble, I put that in the description box of every I put that in the description box also of every video. And so I'm trying what I can to make whatever living, and they still want to say Candy's just a beggar. I got my ebooks and my short stories that I'm offer for free, and because the fake TI perps and regular perps, they brainwashed the real targets against me. So the real targets, with the help of my twin sister, the real targets don't even want to associate with me. My twin sister's channel is devoted to discrediting and smear campaigning me, and she turned all my support away from me. Everybody. And so I'm surprised I even have a little bit of anybody left for support to still take my story seriously and believe me and know that I'm telling the truth. My twin sister's channel is called War on My Character. It's her name. It's her YouTube channel full of lies about me. And other targets, they just sit there and let her badmouth and discredit me. And they don't even try to say, well, yes, Candy is being targeted. I'm not expecting them to jump down her throat or anything like that, but if I had a enough people that are targeted individuals to say that Candy is targeted, Candy is being gang stalked. But my own twin sister has tried to say that Candy is you know, she'll try to almost everything she says is a lie about me in her videos about me. And so she tried to make it like as if I'm just using her name to clout chase, or that I'm using this gang stalking talk to clout chase for money. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to get a job. You see, I'm being stalked, followed, and harassed. And I'm struggling trying to stay out of tornadoes, hail, and hurricane. And my twin sister copied off the foster mom with the abuse, trying to tell everybody, don't help Candy. And so I'm crying out for help during the hurricane. Right, thank you. But guess what? Even real targets have turned against me. And they believe that, they want to try to believe that. Because my twin sister did a few smear campaign fake videos saying that, talking about, right, yeah, because the government wastes our money on these Hollywood celebrities. They waste money on useless war. They waste money on putting people in jail or punishing people for no reason at all. They got all this money for surveillance and technology. All that money, if you want it to homelessness to end, why don't you the government has their priorities backwards. How about is it if they get rid of the fake pharmaceutical drugs that make people disabled to the point where they cannot work? They have this system where they have you on pharma drugs. Yep. I have some real TIs. Wow. But see, my twin sister, she's living good. She voluntarily gave up her kids to live that perverse lifestyle. And she got so many people defending and believing her when I hardly have anybody on my side. Hi, Scrappy Doo. So it's like I hardly have really anybody on my side. Wow, Boeing? Wow, I couldn't even get a job working there. It's like, tell me how, by me being a blacklisted, homeless, targeted individual, how I'm, straight out of college, I had a job opportunity. The foster mom ruined that. The foster mom ruined that opportunity for me to get my job straight out of college. And then I was forced to be homeless in New York. And then lived in Denton, Texas for 4 years, ended up being abused. And then after living in Denton, Texas, I ended up being homeless in Los Angeles and even downtown Skid Row, Los Angeles. And then ended up in a transitional shelter, and then got my Section 8 housing. They tortured and vibrated me out of my house. I tried to move somewhere else, ended up homeless, but until I was able to get another Section 8 home again. And then they gang stalked me out of there. Then I moved somewhere else, back to my hometown, New Orleans. They gang stalked me there. I moved to another place. They gang stalked me, bullied me out of the neighborhood and make me feel unsafe. And they make it like as if the noise that they're making in their drug deals at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, for me to complain about it because I have a job interview. I need to be able to sleep so I can go to a job interview the next morning. Your drugs is more important than my job interview or me trying to take an assessment test to get a certain good paying job. Oh, wow. Well, I don't know of a way to get a home with the Faraday cage. And so they will vibrate my body, vibrate my organs. Sometimes vibrate just my organs, or they will vibrate my entire body, or that they will vibrate my foot. Lately, for the past couple of weeks, they will vibrate my fingers. And the big thing is the doggone forced sleep deprivation and the noise. Sleep deprivation and noise. And they want to make it to where I can't be functional. I wish I could have some relief. Because, like, what do y'all think about this? They say that human trafficking victims or survivors, that we should be able to be entitled to reparations. What do y'all think about that? About targeted individuals being human trafficking victims. If we're targeted individuals and we're supposed to be able to get reparations enough to where we shouldn't even have to work, and they make us disabled, they make us sickly, and they try to kill us. So it's bigger and deeper than just ignore everything or shut up and ignore. They're trying to kill us out here. What happened to me earlier today, I could not go back and watch that video of them squeezing my right, yep. Because gang stalking is human trafficking. But the perps try to gaslight me and try to make it like as if I'm talking crazy. They make it like as if I'm talking crazy because, you know, because I say gang stalking is human trafficking. But guess what else? I heard the homeless system is human trafficking as well. Because I heard that the homeless shelter system, I heard that there's a such thing as the homeless industrial complex. Oh, thank you. Okay. Hi, Kirk. Or Kirk UK. Kirk UK. Hi. So, the gang stalkers are messing with the volume on here. So, they don't want me to get the truth out. They don't want me to get the story out. And so I really wanted this to be able to be able to be heard clearly, this whole video. And so people are getting frustrated with me. They're getting frustrated with me. And it's not my fault that they're manipulating the volume and muffling the volume to try to shut me up and silence me. Or they try to boot me out my own live video. Like they did me last time or the time before I tried to do a live. They booted me out my own video. I've been trying to do that. But, I mean, how can I ignore them vibrating my body or for them to squeeze my organs to the point where I can't even move or I can't even grab my phone? I mean, I try to ignore what I could, but at the same time, I try to show people, look, people aren't believing that I'm targeted. They're not believing that I'm a real TI. I show my proof just about every day. Right, yeah, they're swarming my live. And especially they hate at me talking about the Freemasons being behind the gang stalking and forced homelessness. And they have the smear campaign about homeless people that, I mean, homeless targets most of the time. I mean, people think that I'm full of sorry to curse, but they think I'm full of by me. Thanks for believing that I'm real. I mean, but as I said, majority of targets had turned their backs on me and started to believe that I'm fake and a scammer and a clout chaser. And it's like, you're still going through the targeting. Why would you believe the smear campaign and false rumors and lies about me? And they think I'm a loser because I'm still struggling while other targets have gotten back on their feet. They got the help. See, they're vibrating my foot now. Curse, I'm a sailor. And I have Tourette's also. Some people say Tourette's is a cover-up for the remote neural monitoring and forced speech. So I've been having Tourette's since 7th grade, more like maybe sixth or 7th grade was when I ended up starting to have tics. Thank you, Kerr UK. Thank you. So I mean, my twin sister has turned everybody against me. Got a fake vocal letter to the TI community, trying to brainwash everybody to believe that I'm not a targeted individual and that I exploit and that I'm just using the targeted individual community for financial gain, and that I'm just a perp that's exploiting people. And I'm like, my twin sister, I doubt she perps me, but I doubt that she even realizes the tactics of what we got to go through. But she perps me in her videos. And it's like, why don't targeted individuals have discernment? Other perps who make video, in fact, TI's turn perps that have made false videos about me. YouTube search Candy Grandpre. Yep. YouTube search Candy Grandpre. And if you YouTube search me, yep. And I've tried to get the truth to my twin sister. My twin sister's still in a fake Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research cult that the foster mom put us in. And so I had to deal with abuse from my twin sister, when I tried to get the truth to her. So I couldn't even get the truth to my twin sister. But she almost was gonna, I wish that other people can, like my twin sister, they have people who say that they're Christians and they joining my twin sister in gang stalking me online, the online gang stalking. Right, they do plan to eliminate Christianity for their New World Luciferian fake religion. The New World Order fake religion. Right, Jesus wasn't gang stalked because people said he was being gang stalked. And Jesus was supposedly homeless as well. Yeah, they got a lot of fakes. I'm trying to figure out why this guy, he's supposed to be a targeted individual. And last week, me and him were talking on the phone, and all of a sudden the phone hung up. And then he blocked me. He blocked my phone number and blocked social media. And I don't even know what I did or said to offend him. And it's like I was depressed, for over a week that he did that to me. And I was shocked. So people wanted me to be silent about my targeting. They want me to be quiet. They want me to shut up or be quiet or, shut up and ignore. And there are some things that you cannot ignore. I wish that y'all could feel the pain that I felt earlier and see if y'all can ignore it. But sometimes it takes for me to put the camera on them to get them to stop doing what they're doing. I've tried that ignoring, but like my stomach was hurting so bad when they were squeezing my organs, electronically and remotely squeezing my organs. I couldn't move. It was a struggle to grab my phone on the bed. And after I did my video, after the video cut off, I was still hurting a little bit, but maybe after 2 or 3 more minutes, then the pain stopped after I did that video. So sometimes, I know Jesus, the big main trust, Jesus Christ. But, when I put the camera on him, wow. Yeah. So when I put the camera on the perps, or if I expose what they do, that's the only way to get them to stop. So, but I suffered all this time, and it's like, I often wonder if I would have known after I got my Section 8, if I would have known that these were gang stalking tactics, what they were doing to me, I'm wondering if that could have prevented me. Oh, wow. Again? Can y'all hear me? Are y'all able to hear me now? They're messing with my volume, I guess. Okay, good. All right. So they're manipulating the volume. It's not my fault. Thanks, y'all. So, I'm scared to be back on the streets again because for the next at least a minimum of 10 days, the weather is going to be in the 30s at night. So, they said that I'm supposed to be able to be safe here until February 1st. And they said that even though now I don't have the money to be able to afford to stay here longer, and so I couldn't find another job fast enough. And it's like one thing my twin sister tried to say is she tried to lie and say that she made a false rumor that if a person that I'm a scammer that if a person donate to me and then I turn around and block them after they donate. I don't do stuff like that. But I've had situations where I've had people donate me money and then show themselves as a perp and started perping and abusing me or get extra controlling. And then after they get extra controlling or abusive after they donate me the money, then I have to block them. And so then they'll play like they're the victim. And one time, you know how the Freemasonry and the gang stalkers revolve around the number 33? So if I would have a perp, a perp would donate me $3.30. Or they would donate me $33.30. Or donate me $3.33. Like, they'll use certain number coding and stuff. So people who used to support and donate to me back then to help keep me off the streets, they no longer do it. And so for no reason, sometimes they will have people, I just see them defending and agreeing with my twin sister, and I wonder, what did I do to you? I never did you anything. You're supposed to be Christian and targeted, and you betrayed me and started siding with my twin sister for no reason at all. And they defend and agree with her every video. Thumbs down, and my twin sister too. They all thumbs down all my videos, so that the algorithm can't even get the truth out. Other targeted individuals, they're free to talk about their gang stalking. They're free to express what they're going through. Nobody tells them to shut up and ignore or don't pay attention. And so I can't comprehend how somebody can be targeted like me and then turn around and side with my twin sister, and you're still being targeted and you're supposed to be Christian. So how is it you're targeted and you say you love the Lord? Yeah. Wow. Guess what, Alice? Earlier today on my first part, the gang stalking perp walk part 1 for today, there was a fire truck that passed a red fire truck that passed. It wasn't a fire truck, but it was a truck that's kind of like with the fire department, and it said 3313. 3313, it said on there. And then it said 33 on the side. I got the video footage from earlier today. Y'all can see that video too. You saw that? Crazy. So, and I had to deal with, when I'm homeless on the streets, or even if I'm not homeless, if I gotta walk somewhere in the rain, the gang stalkers, they drive by and splash me on purpose and try to get me all wet and dirty. And I have a bachelor's degree and being treated like I'm mentally retarded and slow with no common sense. And so for y'all people to say that I don't have any business sense or mentality to drive a car, My twin sister just has a high school diploma and no college, but she has some military. But of course, that was short lived. So it's like my twin sister, she got out easy. My twin sister's financially set for life and will never be homeless again. She was homeless, I guess, for a couple of nights shortly after she got out of the military. But none of my family members will financially help me. And if I had to live with any biological family members or foster family members, I would have to put up with abuse like as if I'm still a child and I'm 38 years old. Foster and biological family members would do something like condemn me for eating 2 bowls of cereal or condemn me for drinking coffee or something. The asylum is running the show. Yeah. See, they're the crazy ones, but say that we need help, that we're schizophrenic, that we need medication. So if you YouTube search Candy Grandpre, every video my videos are suppressed while the videos speaking against perps and fake TI perps speaking against me, those videos, because they got more thumbs up. They all like one big cult against the anti-Candy Grandpre cult. Or I call it the perverse lifestyle cult. That there's a YouTube cult of people against Candy Grandpre. I hope it ends too. But it seems like the FBI and the UN, the CIA, they want to keep it going. It's part of their New World Order plan. And then I heard that everybody's going to be targeted with this 5G. So, yeah. Trying to make falsely accuse us of being paranoid, schizophrenic, and delusional. How the hell we all going to have a shared delusion? No, I'm going to tell y'all what the shared delusion is. I better not say it, because if I talk about the shared delusions on here, they'll strike my channel again. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet about that. But I'll tell you one shared delusion. One shared delusion is that fluoride is good for your teeth. That's a shared delusion. So, fluoride, not good. So I heard that they said fluoride is the devil's poison. They put it in a lot of psych medications, in our toothpaste, in certain foods and stuff. So, it's just really hard suffering out here as a homeless person and scared of being back on the streets in the cold. Yeah, it does kill you inside out. And you don't even get to have a moment where you can get to be comfortable and relax. That you can never get to relax or be comfortable. And it's like, I can't believe it. This is the longest I've been homeless since July 31st, 2018. And I felt threatened and unsafe. And when you have a place to live, you're supposed to be able to have a right to a peaceful and quiet enjoyment. And the lease says that promise, but the landlords can break the lease, but you can't. The tenant can't. And I heard that the system with the landlords and tenants and everything. Thank you, Miss Alice. You know, it's very hard to be able to come up with the money for, like, if I can work this full-time job, $12 an hour, and that's the most they will allow me to work is dishwashing and janitorial, and they won't even give me that. I don't even have a way to save for a van unless I get donations and help to be able to help me get a van, and then I can use that to work. Right. My own twin sister and there are a few other perps who have their entire YouTube channel dedicated to me as well. There's somebody with a name, Fake T.I. Perp, who's an actual perp, who has an entire channel dedicated to trying to discredit and mock and make fun of me as well. And also my twin sister and a few others. And so the gang stalkers, what they do is they will call up every if I expose a place of business as gang stalking me, or if I talk about anybody on my job gang stalking me, I don't even have to say where I work at, but they would call up my job and show them my YouTube videos, or they would call up my place of business. I mean, they'll call up a place of business, like if I had a bad experience at a taco place, for example, and then they would call up that taco place and notify them of my videos. My twin sister's YouTube channel is called War on My Character. And what she try to falsely make it like as if I'm slandering and defaming her when I'm actually telling the truth. And she's the one slandering and defaming me. She's the narcissistic perp who thinks she has control, rulership, and authority over me. And she brainwashed everybody in the Quora narcissistic groups against me. And that drove me to just delete my Quora. Wow. Hello? So it says reconnecting. I don't know if it booted me out for a second. So wow, the more truth I speak, the more they try to shut me up. So my twin sister brainwashed everybody to she brainwashed everybody on Quora to believe that I'm the one who's the narcissist. And also on her YouTube channel, she'll brainwash everybody to believe that I'm the narcissist. Is anybody here? They reset my live chat. Somebody said hello. Wow. Anybody here? Can y'all hear me? I'm muffled again. All right, thank you. Let me know when y'all can hear me again. All right, y'all can hear me now? Hey, Mr. Rick. Can y'all hear me? All right, good. All right. Excuse me. So, I'm basically talking about, my struggles as a homeless targeted individual, and how y'all doing? So as a targeted individual, me being homeless and targeted, and the struggles I have to go through, and other people, what the struggles we have to go through being homeless and targeted, and it doesn't feel comfortable to not be able to be in a stabilized place to live. That's frightening for society to not care about a disabled single female out on the streets, and people don't care. Excuse me. That's frightening. For somebody to deter help from a homeless female and won't help because they want to make false rumors, lies, and smear campaigns about me whenever I try to get help. But the thing is, they would say, why don't you sell out like us? I don't want to sell out like y'all. I don't want to be a sellout. And I'm scared of I'm scared of going to hell. So nobody cares about a single disabled female to be on the streets. And what they'll do is they'll say you burned your big bridges from your family. And they got narcissistic, cruel people. If you go on the Invisible TV channel, the Invisible People channel, or the Lost in Phoenix YouTube channel, or if you go to the Tales from the Streets channel, Tales from the Streets, you'll see people in the comments being judgmental and saying that they burned their bridges from society and that they created their own homeless situation. And then they'll say that oh, you made your bed, you lay in it, or you dig in your own grave, so I don't feel an ounce of sympathy for you. So they're judging these young people that's 18 and 19 years old, that's homeless and on drugs, and being hard on them. And so they got these narcissistic, judgmental people on YouTube who think that they're invincible. They say that all Americans are pretty much one paycheck away from homelessness. So that's a scary thing. And it really bothers me, the comments that people say that's judgmental about homeless people or the poor. And you don't know what that person went through. I mean, those people in New York that just had the fire on January 9th, they ended up homeless. Are you going to say that they deserve that situation because you just automatically assume with no real knowledge? You just make assumptions that if you see any of them on the streets and not realize that they're homeless on the streets because of that fire that happened, if any of them end up on the streets and disabled, but then you're going to kick them down even harder. They got even a lot of homeless veterans, homeless military veterans, that you will kick them down and treat them like, treat them bad, and think that a homeless veteran and with one leg in a wheelchair that's elderly, you're trying to make it like as if he's a scammer and a fraud. People don't want to help the homeless. They don't want to help the poor. But the thing is, I've seen that somebody can raise over $100,000 on GoFundMe because a customer at Starbucks didn't want to wear a mask. Or somebody getting mad at somebody calling her a name. So you can get $350,000 for GoFundMe because somebody insulted you or called you out your name. But they make sure if a targeted individual puts up a GoFundMe, they make sure that, targets don't get that much help. Now the bullying has kind of gone down some. Now that the perp succeeded at bullying me and to get rid of my GoFundMe. But I also took down the GoFundMe because I thought I was secure with the job. But that lasted only about almost, about 2.5, almost 3 months. And so I was homeless on the streets, and I was working at the schools in Pensacola in 2019. I was working that job. Worked there for 6 weeks, but was forced to quit due to the workplace mobbing. Plus, I ended up in the emergency room 4 times. I ended up in the emergency room 4 times in 6 weeks. And then they kept me severely sleep deprived and having heart pains, chest pains. And it's like when I try to get a job like today, when I was trying to go job searching, they gang stalked me super heavy while I was trying to. And then it's like, well, that. And I think it's part of the fake script and the narrative to try to lie and say that, well, we hired somebody that had more experience than you. Or when I try to get that cottage, to rent, the gang stalker sabotaged the cottage I try to live in. That would have been a great fit for me because it was a single, small, tiny little house. And they sabotaged my job. They sabotaged me trying to get a permanent place to live. As I said, once things started to look up and I started to be able to get enough money to be able to start to get a car, trying to look for a car and a permanent place to live, they turn around and reduce my hours. And it costs $340 to stay here. So for February, they're supposed to remodel. Right. I know. Yep. So it's like they're gonna remodel this room right here and finish remodeling this whole building, and then raise up the price to $560 a week to stay here. And so now it's hardly much of any place else to go. The majority, or at least a minimum of half the hotels and motels in Pensacola, I'm wrongfully banned from due to the targeting. So let me ask y'all if this is a lot. Let's see. I'm banned from the Super 6 Motel. I'm banned from Quality Inn Hotel. I'm banned from Sweet Dream Inn. Where else am I banned from? I think I may be banned from Days Inn Downtown. I'm banned from Hospitality Inn Extended Stay Hotel. Can't go there no more. Where else? Trying to remember all the let me tell y'all the restaurants I'm banned from being homeless and gang stalked. Well, some places I was banned from just simply because I'm homeless. See, Miss Kathy, yeah, they keep us broke so we can't have a car so that they can have more control over us. Now tell me why the guy who blocked me and cut off all contact with me last week, he's another targeted individual. Tell me, please answer this. Why would another TI not want me to have a car? Why? And then we were supposed to be friends even though we never met in person. And we had a lot in common. But why would you tell another target don't get a car? And then you turn around and block me. That's narcissistic. And you're 8 years younger than me. So I said that if I had access to a car, a vehicle, then that will open the door to, at least open the door to more opportunities. And I can go to work whenever I'm comfortable, whenever I feel like it. But I can't even, due to my homelessness, I can't even rent a car because in order to rent a vehicle, you have to have a permanent, in order to rent a vehicle, you have to have a permanent address and proof of a utility bill and proof of rent or your lease or proof of mortgage or lease and proof of utility bill. That's what's stopping me. But I wish I had enough people, my Cash App and PayPal. I wish I had enough people to help me get away, excuse me, to get a car or a van to live and work in. who knows? I probably can have my own cab driving business or my own my own business running errands for people. People don't even want to help me try to have a business opportunity. They don't want to help me with nothing. They just want to, and it's like my entire family don't care about what I'm going through. They laugh at me. They mock me, think I'm crazy. They'll be the first to get me locked up in a mental institution. And they will try to use jail threats or threats to get me locked up in a mental institution as a way to control me and think that they can try to keep me in line. If I stand up to their narcissistic abuse and gang stalking and their psych games and gaslighting, and it was the same way with the foster family as well. That, when they can't get the control that they want out of me, they make jail threats and threats to get me locked up in a mental institution. So, I'm 38 years old. 8-year-old children got more freedom than me. 8-year-olds got the authority and the right to tell Candy what to do because Candy is crazy and lacks common sense. I never heard of anybody else with a college degree who's not allowed to drive a car. But let me tell you, bastards, something. I drove from Houston, Texas to Milwaukee, Wisconsin alone and by myself after Hurricane Katrina when I did have my car. And then December, around Christmas 2005, after Hurricane Katrina, I was 22 years old, I think. And for Christmas, I drove from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to New Orleans, my hometown, New Orleans, by myself. When I start to lose viewers, I'm wondering, are they messing with the volume again? I'm wondering if they're messing with the volume again. So maybe y'all can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So, okay, good. So, well, I think I've been on too long. Well, maybe not too long. But before I leave, I want us to say that other targeted individuals can have live videos for like 5 hours and stuff. I do a 10-minute video. They say, oh, your videos are too long. That my videos are too long and that I need to shorten them. And that my videos are annoying. They thumb down all my videos. I'm like, well, why are you still watching them if they annoy you? You want to watch everything. I mean, I can't comprehend 65-year-old bullies. So I kind of felt like I didn't even really get to say what I really wanted, but all these interruptions and distractions. But y'all kind of get the gist of me talking about, the experiences with being homeless and dealing with targeted individuals. I wish that a group of targeted individuals can reach out to Mark Horvath from Invisible People and talk about how the gang stalking program relates to homelessness. One thing, I noticed that the gang stalkers complain that my 3-hour videos are too long, but then they get more views than they get more views than my standard 25-minute videos. So before I go, what I wanted to say is that in the description box of every video, oh, hey, Sean. They love to see us struggle, and they don't want us TIs to have what they have. They're full of jealousy and envy, and it's like a game to them. Yeah, but tell me why other targeted individuals act the same way. So I have everything in in the description box. If y'all want to donate to me to help me. Hi, Sean. Well, maybe I'll stay around a little bit longer since you know somebody came in a little late. But if y'all can donate, if anybody has, even if it's $1 to donate, you know, or share my PayPal, and or even if y'all can do y'all own video to get me some help. I'm the only targeted individual that's doing this right now, because back in 2019, there was a lot of targeted individuals struggling and begging for help. And now it's 2022, and targeted individuals either flipped and became perps, or they disappeared. And some of them died. So I have my new blog, my free ebooks and free short stories on my new blog. I have not private, you know, open diary, open journal, you know, some blog posts, fiction short stories. And I have a donate button on my blog, which is the same as my PayPal. But, you know, they want to make sure I'm suppressed. They want to make sure nobody listens to me. I have my new Redbubble little store. I have a few little things. Nobody bought anything yet. But they don't want to credit me as the gang stalkers think I deserve to be punished. They don't want me to be credited as a writer. You know, but y'all not obligated to donate. And, you know, y'all are free to read whatever on my blog. Y'all can read my blog. And so, you know, I'm not charging anybody to read my blog. You know, it's free if you want to read it. Free information, free truth. I have truth on narcissistic abuse, homelessness, gang stalking, and I have a few other topics as well. And I have fiction short stories on there. I had to disable. All right, thank you. And if y'all can share my information and get me help. I mean, the perps don't want me. They think I deserve to be punished with suffering and have no help. Otherwise, I mean, I'm scared of being back on the streets again. And people are not trying to, you know, thank you so much. I'll patiently wait. You know, I'm trying what I can to avoid being back on the streets again, but they had this human trafficker perp named DJ. And DJ, he thinks I'm a loser because he admitted to me. All right, thank you. So DJ admitted to me that he thinks I'm a loser because I didn't flip. And he admitted to me that it's his job to get targeted individuals to flip and become perps. Now, he wanted me to go and live with him, out in Wisconsin or Chicago or somewhere. I don't know you. I'm a female. You're a guy. We don't know each other. You won't tell me what your real name is. You have a YouTube channel called Voodoo Gods. And so, you tell me that me being a Christian, you say that your religion is not working. And you act like you want to try to force and bully me into becoming a perp, into selling out and becoming a perp. And I've had others as well that bully, harass, and threaten me and they think I'm a loser because I refuse to sell out and become a perp. And I'm willing to do honest work, like employment and stuff. And then they falsely accuse me of being a scammer. They don't want me to panhandle or beg. Well, how else am I supposed to survive? The weather is cold. Wow. Somebody get that Liquid Morton, the Liquid Michael Morton. That perp knows nothing about me. Get this Liquid Michael Morton perp out of here. Talking about quit 2 jobs and gain. Yeah. So yeah, you don't have authority over me. Yeah. You don't. Shut up, Michael, because you're a liar and you don't even know me. Get Michael. Somebody, moderators, where y'all at? Get Michael. Thanks. Thank y'all. Because Michael, you don't know anything about me. I never in my life seen you before. You never commented on my channel before. So it's none of your business what I do. So there, you lost your authority, the fake authority to lie on me when you don't know anything about me. I mean, it's amazing how these people you've never seen before can tell you all about your life. Really? How can you tell me all about my life? So they want to make sure that the thumbs down exceed the number of thumbs up so that the truth can't get out. And then they were the ones who speak lies and swear that their lies are the truth because they're delusional. God sent them strong delusion so that they would believe a lie. So here's a perp coming in my live chat. You do not have authority to come in my live chat. You know, a perp coming in my live chat to think you got authority. No, you a stranger and a perp. You have no authority or right over my YouTube channel, my live chat, or my life. Go fry in hell with your master Satan. Go fry in hell with your master Satan. So, I have a right to live. Candy Grandpre's life matters. My life matters. I have a right to exist, live, and survive. I have a right to work. I have a right to make a living. I have a right to have a side hustle. I have a right to try to, survive. It's due to the the online gang stalking and harassment is why my teeth are being destroyed. Because you online gang stalkers caused me to ruin my teeth. Shell Pros, go somebody get Shell Pros. So Shell Pros is admitting, saying we watched you for years. I didn't even have these YouTube videos for years. So how many years you watched me, Shell Pros? Get out of here. Now there's nothing but perps trying to take over. Yeah, right after I said that I was about to shortly end this live. That somebody get Charles Xavier too, because that's another perp. Thank you. Yeah, y'all don't have authority over me. Y'all don't have authority over this channel. Now, who got the power? And then to be harassed, stalked, and followed online, you tell another targeted individual what you're going through, and they don't want to hear it. But when they're going through a crisis, they want you to be there for them. The so-called TI community is just corrupt. Corrupt. I'm muffled again? Wow. Let me know when you can hear me. See there, can y'all hear me? Okay, good. All right, thank you. So, before I go, like tomorrow morning, look back at this live and this live video, look back at it and look at the links I wish I knew how to insert. I'm not that good with on this phone, but I wish I had a way to insert certain links. But tonight or tomorrow, look at the description box, and I want y'all to read how they try to get targeted individuals to become gang stalkers. There's a whole website showing how it's done, and there's a website exposing how Freemasons force you to be homeless. And I have those few homeless other channels. Y'all can always see my homeless channel. My targeted individual homeless channel. So invisible people. Not one thing about. Thank you. So I'm gonna try to go pretty soon. And I'm guessing it's 9:25, 9:26 here. So at first I was scared because I thought nobody was gonna want to come into my live chat. But thank y'all for coming, and thanks for the support. And I wish that there were other people to vouch for me, to let people know, you know. And yes, I've been reading the Bible and praying and trying to get closer to Jesus Christ. So I wish that other targets would vouch for me. Or if you see somebody trying to say Candy's the perp or Candy's not targeted, bullying, I don't know if y'all can, vouch for me and say, yes, Candy is being targeted. Don't do her like that. But before I go, I want to say that homeless people during the time of what's going on with food shortages and everything like that, I'm scared about, for not just myself but other homeless people too. How are we gonna survive? And we don't have really much anywhere to store food or store things. If you try to store something as a homeless person, it gets stolen by another homeless person. So how does a homeless person try to survive during when society cracks down? And just look at invisiblepeople.com, and y'all can probably Google and YouTube search homeless targeted individuals and see how targeted individuals that are forced into homelessness, how they're forced to live day to day and suffer. But I'm doing this, when I do my gang stalking perp walks, it's for my protection and safety. In case they will try to hit me with a car or run over me with a vehicle or do me something dirty or try to set something up. That's one of the reasons why I try to film everything. And just because I film what they're doing does not mean that I'm not reading the Bible or that I'm not praying or that I don't have faith in God. So I'm going to go for now. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for the support. Anything to donate helps. And Ice Cream Grifter, are you even a targeted individual? I never even saw you before. Are you even a targeted individual? Yeah. You won't even answer that. Well, this live I'm about to go now. This live is about to end very soon. So, a lot of us targeted individuals do this for our documentation and our paper trail and our safety. Is why we film, and so that people can believe that we're telling the truth. Finally. Because you think we're crazy until it starts to happen to you or your family members, and then wonder what is going on. We've been trying to tell you. So thanks for listening to me. Thanks for joining. I love y'all. and bye. Anything else? No, before I go, I'm going to be considering do anybody have anything else to say before I go? Does anybody have anything to add or ask or, anything to say before I go? Well, these gang stalkers, they are cowards. The gang stalkers are cowards, and when you put them on film, they sometimes stop their activity. Like what happened earlier today when they were squishing my organs with the directed energy weapons, and after I did a video about it, they stopped. So if I would have never done a video about it, I probably could have still been having my organs squeezing by now if I hadn't done the video. So when I film them or record their harassment or their torture and abuse, they stop. So I'm gonna go for now, and all right, it's all right, ice cream. I forgive you. So sometimes we target individuals. I guess if a person doesn't know about targeting and try to familiarize themselves, sometimes we get a little snappy and suspect that person is a gang stalker or that they're a perp if they're trying to familiarize themselves. But sometimes they come off as a perp trying to gaslight us when they do ask questions, but if you just let us know that you didn't mean any harm and you're just trying to learn more, then I don't have an issue with that. But the thing is, if you see what's going on and you're still trying to gaslight me and attack me even more and laugh and call me crazy, then I'll know you a perp and I'll know you're a problem. So I love y'all, and thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all next live. I don't know when it will be. So I have fun. All right. Love y'all. Bye. How do I turn this off?